you go. I just coughed. Hi. Hello. I love it. I I just sat on here and the first thing I saw was you guys interacting with each other and it really warmed my heart and it really made me smile. Welcome. Welcome everybody. KFH. KFH, you're special. You're very special. I want everyone to know, anyone who follows me on my spiritual channel or is subscribed to my Patreon, that KFH is has contributed to a lot, a lot to my platforms, all of them, as well as my fundraiser. And because of his kindness and generosity, and I'm going to be able to take my own spiritual YouTube channel as well as my Patreon to the next level with regards to healing sessions as well as meditations, because of his support, and because of everyone's support, everyone who's been donating. But he's really been he's been marvelous. I feel like it's a blessing to have people like this in my circle. I just wanted to say that. It's funny, I read a comment recently about these spiritual people and these spiritual gurus who create a following and then they end up. Has anyone here watched Wild Wild County? I think it's on Netflix. I am very quiet. Hello, KFH honey. Hello, Brielle. I'm not quiet. I'm not. Can you hear me? Can people hear me? Flush the turd. Yeah. I have my solar plexus chakra tea. Yellow. Hey, Brandon. Solar plexus. What? Show. Brandon, YouTube keeps hiding your comments, honey. But yeah, has anyone here watched Low Volume? Is it? Low Volume? I think Special K, you have to be on Google Chrome, hun. If you're not on Google Chrome, you'll get this low volume issue. I can see here the mic is good. I can see that the mic is good. But yes, if you watch that show on Netflix, it's called Wild Wild County. Now, the Osho himself, and I own his tarot deck, and I love his tarot deck. But Osho himself was not abusing his followers, but his followers were manipulated by his inner circle. And you'll see that a lot of, especially in the 60s and the 70s, where the spiritual movement began because of the oppression, because coming out of the wars. And we're in a situation that's no different. You're going to have a massive spiritual movement that's going to happen, though I hope we don't transform into cults. But a lot of them ended up, oh, you are? I don't know. I don't know, honey. The volume is great here. I can see it. Not sure. Maybe put headphones on? Yeah. Yeah, so they ended up abusing their followers. And I really do make it a point to appreciate my followers, not just out loud. But I don't have a big following, don't get me wrong, nor am I forming a cult. But I do make a point to appreciate people, especially people who put their energy towards me. And money is simply a form of energy. That's all it is. It's just a form of energy. Clicking the like, clicking the share, sharing my fundraiser, sharing this video, being here with me, typing, interacting, that's all energy. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. And I'm thankful for it, and I'm grateful for it, and I say it. I say it to you, and you join my cult. Ah, say this is solar. Solar for willpower, for my own willpower. Yeah, stepping into 2023. What did you guys? I have a few things I wanted to talk about today. Basically, how has your own world shifted? How has your world changed? Including your own world inside here, you. How have you changed? Um, but I did want to know, has anyone heard any mumblings or rumblings about Trump Jr. becoming the CEO of Twitter? I kind of read an article, but then I read that it's satire, that it's not really true. But I don't know what's true and what's not anymore, especially when it comes from a news outlet. Uh, yeah, like I've seen so many things and I've believed so many things as I was awakening, and none of them happened. So now I've kind of learned to just wait, wait and see. But there are mumblings that Trump Jr. might become the next CEO of Twitter after Elon Musk put out that poll where he said, "Be careful what you wish for, you might get it," that he would step down if people want him to step down, and people voted yes. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know. I didn't even see that poll. I didn't get to participate in it until it was over. I wonder if it was bots and whatnot. But he said that he would step down as soon as he finds a replacement. And then today I read this article, which everyone is saying is a joke or a satire. But I would love for it to. I'm not a big fan of Trump Jr., I have to say. I like Trump. Trump is Trump. There will never be another Trump. Trump Jr. tries. God love him. He tries. But I can't do it with Trump Jr. But I'd still be, I'd take it. I'll take it. I'll take Trump Jr. being the CEO of Twitter. Holy moly. The left will have a cow. Literally, have a cow. No? You don't think? I like Elon Musk. I'm okay with Elon Musk. But who am I? Doesn't matter. I'm okay with Elon Musk. He's great. He's trying to be just in a very unjust world, you know? He's already restored a lot of accounts on Twitter. He's trying hard to fix the platform. I don't think that the platform will ever change. It seems like the radical left have their stamp on Twitter. There are days now I've been weaning myself off of it. I spend about 5 to 10 minutes a day, and I find that to be too much. So I've been now skipping. I now do every other day. Oh dear, dear, dear. Here comes the porn. Here comes the porn. Report. What is it? Pornography? Report. Yeah. No sexy girls here, thank you. Hide user. Alright. Yes, let's, the spamming. The spamming. Gotta love the spamming. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about change. Change. How has your no brain chip for me? No thanks. KFH. Yeah. I don't think people need to get brain chips. I think people are already quite brainwashed. I don't really like using these terms, but it is what it is. Yes, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I do these live streams with the hopes to. I have a fundraiser going on because I'm being sued because of my political activism, and I would like to hit my target. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm grateful to you. So how has your world changed? How has your world changed since 2022? I have some points that I wanted to discuss, but I'll try to read your comments as well. from my observation, what I've been seeing is the world has changed for a lot of people on a personal scale, their inner world, their little circle, their surroundings. And I find that because they themselves have changed, um, which is why so much on the outside appears to have changed. Because uh, what the changes that occur within you will eventually reflect in the world that surrounds you. And it doesn't matter if you believe that or not. It doesn't matter. Now, having said that, you quit smoking. You quit smoking. That's amazing. Special K on acid. That's amazing. You must be very, very proud of yourself. You should be very proud of yourself. 2 years ago, I quit drinking completely. Not that I was a drunk or anything, but I would have a glass of wine a day to unwind, and I just stopped. I just stopped. And 1 year ago, I quit weed completely. Completely quit weed. Now, I do have it, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm opposed to it or anything. But I don't feel the need to use it. You know? I'm good. Um, if I do want to get, like, really, really zoned, like, I want to get a good download, I use probably 5% of what I would use before. And I would be able to get a really, really good download. Yeah. 40 years of smoking. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years. But so good to hear, Special K. Yeah, you should be proud, Special K. Let's give, where's the applause? This is for Special K. Proud of you. Not kidding. But yeah, for many now, as many as so many people, their world has changed, their inner world has changed, their outer world has changed. For a lot of people, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I call these people, I guess, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but these are sort of the zombies of society, or the extremely unconscious human beings. Oh, okay, Kevin, the last of my family died this year, so I'm all on my own. Oh, Kevin, honey, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that, honey. You better start having babies. Unless you don't want to have babies. But you're a lovely human being, Kevin. You're lovely. Very, very good man you are. Yeah. I hope somebody in here hooks up with Kevin. I keep saying Brielle. I think Brielle needs to hook up with Kevin. They took away Red Fox, my mental and physical freedom with the woman I loved until she passed in September because we were awake from the beginning. I'm sorry to hear that, Red Fox. I'm sorry to hear that, honey. Thank you for sharing that with us. But Brielle, Brielle. But Red Fox, stay positive, honey. Stay positive. You remain here. You remain here. And the woman that you love, I'm sure, would not want you to stop anything, right? She would want you to continue to go on with your life and enjoy your life and have fun. That's what I believe. Let's do a Zoom call, me and you, Kevin. Brielle, Brielle is in. I love it. See? See? In my part of the world, I'm a good matchmaker. Khataba. They call us Khataba. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what was I saying? For a lot of people, nothing has changed. You know, the people that are on autopilot, the unconscious human beings that are out there, nothing has changed. Everything goes over their heads because they are in zombie mode, I call it. Like, it's complete zombie mode. But the one thing that I've noticed, actually, more than one thing, I said us three. Oh, Brielle. Brielle wants a threesome with Kevin and myself. Oh, Brielle. Let me think it over, honey. Okay, you guys, I'm trying to discuss the change, all the changes. One one thing, at least in the area that I'm in, during not the lockdowns, somewhere in between the lockdowns and the mandates, the mess, the horror show that we had. I was working in a salon, and the salon owner was partially awake. So I went in to look at a room to rent because I wanted to rent a room as a massage therapist. So I had met her, and in the salon, I shook her hand, and she shook mine. But when she was in there, one of the other hairstylists came in. She walked in, and I extended my hand to shake her hand, and she rejected. She rejected to shake my hand because she didn't want to catch COVID. So that's one of the other things I've noticed in society. Now I have to make the comparison, the obvious comparison, that I come from a Islamist and radical society, where refusing to shake a woman's hand is the behavior of the religious extremists, of the radicals, in order to make you feel like shit about yourself. So I've been seeing that societal change, at least in the area that I am in. Nobody shakes anyone's hand anymore. There's a certain level of etiquette that has gone, that has just disappeared. Societal norms have shifted. But the other thing that I've noticed is working from home. Now, this is not just in Canada or KFH Three's Company. Yeah, yeah. Working from home has been normalized, and not just normalized, but now people accept it, and they seek it. They seek it. Whereas before other lockdowns, before COVID, before all of this, before the pandemic, if a guy, if I would go out to date a guy and he would tell me, I would ask him, well, what do you do? And he would tell me, I work from home. There was a level of stigma, and I fell for it. I'm not going to lie. I would say, yes, yes, that's a loser. He's a bum. It wasn't society, like it wasn't accepted by society to say I work from home or I make my income from home. Whereas now everybody seems to be working from home, including yours truly. I haven't left. I mean, I leave. I go out now. I've been slowly trying to, uh, go back and live my life and go out and see the masked sea, of human beings that are outside, and not judge them. Uh, but I rarely go out to work. I actually don't go out to work at all. I think I have one person that I'm gonna go do a tarot reading for on Friday before Christmas, and that's it. Because she lives locally, but I now do everything, like my energy readings, my tarot readings, my healing sessions, my live streams are online. I am trying to stabilize myself to continue my work online, which means that I work. You took early retirement. Good for you, KFH, my dear. That's really good. Good. Yeah. So that was another thing, that a shift that has happened in society that I noticed. So you have societal etiquette, and normal social protocols have been sort of completely, like, they just went down the toilet. And then other things that were sort of tabooed before or stigmatized. I am learning. I am leaving Canada in the next year, seeking peace and a humble life. Where are you gonna go, Red Fox? Take me with you. I've stopped planning. I've stopped planning. Anytime I plan something, the universe interferes and tells me that I don't get to plan anything. Not in a negative way, but I've surrendered. I truly have surrendered. I've stopped the fight. I don't have the means right now to leave this country. I don't even have the means to leave the area that I'm in. So why fight it? You have to accept where you are and start there. If something comes my way that allows me to leave, now don't get me wrong, I engage in visualizations daily, I journal daily, I daydream daily, I do all my spiritual work and affirmations, like I did when I was in Saudi Arabia, locked up in my home. And my path suddenly appeared in front of me, and I'm hoping the same. Actually, I'm not hoping, I know. I know that the same is going to happen again. I do. But this isn't about me. I just wanted to sort of discuss the change. Those who have awakened know that efforting is no longer needed. We're entering a stage in our lives and in human evolution where you no longer need to effort to make anything. You no longer need to effort to gain something, to change something about your life, to gain an income, to uh, that is sort of the big experiment that a lot of us right now are engaging in. Those who have awakened and the universe sort of took us and nudged us and shook us up. But the other thing that I noticed is that you see now that a lot of people, like Red Fox, have been able to overcome addictions. They've been able to lose weight. They've been able to follow their dreams in the short period that is the last 3 years, and they actually succeeded in shifting many aspects of their lives. Now, I kind of wonder if these people had started on their path before. But I follow this guy on Twitter who used to be morbidly obese. Morbidly obese. I can't even remember, 600 pounds or something crazy. And now he's like, he does pictures in the gym and he's all muscular and fit. And it's ridiculous. He did it in 2 years. He was able to do that. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of that if you're not seeing it already. A lot of radical shifts in human beings, almost to the point that you can't identify that this is the same person anymore. That kind of change. The other thing that I've noticed is more outspoken people out there who stand their ground, even if it goes against the grain, even if it goes against the mainstream narrative, and they speak their own truth. They speak their truth. Now, on the other hand, you're also seeing a lot of unhinged people who, I'm not going to call them lunatics because I think I was one of these people at some point, who are reacting. They are reacting to everything that is happening, and it encompasses all age groups, I find, and they're doing it in public, and it's spilling over to violence and crime. Some of these, like, you can see them online. Like, people are just losing their minds. I don't know if some of what I'm watching online is staged or not, but I can tell you that people are engaging in a lot of irrational behavior right now that prior to COVID would have been seen as very, 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 very strange in society. Very, very strange. One of these behaviors is this masking thing. The masks. I I can't imagine 70% to 80% of the people around me wearing masks before COVID. I would probably, what would need to happen for people to do this? But this is where we find ourselves right now, and that's been a major change that I would like to see end. I personally, selfishly, would like to see this trend end because it's harmful on so many aspects, on a societal, personal, mental, physical, you name it. It's, masking, wearing a face mask, this is a tool that is being abused. Is being abused. Now, what else are you guys saying? I think young people are feeling hopeless, but they aren't sure why they feel that way. Lots of Karens out there since COVID. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The Karens have become very loud, and in your face. They've been emboldened. The people who were filled with hatred and anger and an element of authoritarianism and radicalism before COVID now have the green light. They have the green light to do everything. Uh, the green light was given to them by authority figures. I'm not going to rehash what happened to me here during COVID, but I experienced things in my area that prior to the pandemic I would have probably called the police, and the police would have come and arrested the person or done something, interfered. But now it's the police probably would agree with the other person. So that's been a big change. Like society almost like it was taken and flipped over. That's what I feel has happened. But I'm not saying this in a negative way. I've learned to become the observer over the past 3 years. I really have. I go out now and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. And when I let go of the fear, I was also able to let go of the judgment that comes with the fear. A person wearing a mask now, I mean, I see them, don't get me wrong, but they're no different from someone who's not wearing a mask for me. That's how many people are wearing a mask here. But I'm just happy that people leave me alone. Because for about 2 years and a half, nobody would leave me alone. What else? Um, I see very few masks anymore. Must be the area that you are in, Cogito. Yeah. But many of us see beyond the facade, the societal facade that we were not able to see through before. And that includes yours truly. Um, we've learned to trust our own instincts, whereas before we weren't 100% sure. We've learned to hone our intuition and to listen to it. And as such, literally start being the change that we've always wanted to see in the world, in society. People call us selfish. People call me selfish. But I can tell you from a personal experience that prioritizing other people over yourself gets you nothing but disappointment. Absolutely nothing. You have to always prioritize yourself. I'm not saying go out there and use people and hurt them, because that's what happened to me. I was used. I was used a lot over the past 2 years. I trusted somebody and I wouldn't listen to my internal guidance with regards to this person, because I just refused to believe that they were liars or that they would hurt me or that they would use me. But in the end, my internal guidance turned out to be true. And I don't hate them. I'm not going to sit here and shit all over them. But that's a lesson learned. That is a lesson learned. Doesn't matter who this person is, a brother, a sister, a wife, an authority figure, a child. If your gut instinct is telling you this person is not being authentic with me and this person is lying to me, listen to your gut instinct. Listen. That's a big shift and a big change that I am seeing a lot of people go through right now. They've started to realize that they lie to themselves. They lie to themselves. They suppress who they are in order to appease other human beings, and it is never, ever worth it in the end. Never worth it in the end. Never. I see your comments. Loves the movies. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that was another big shift and change that I am beginning. I began to see it from the beginning of the pandemic, but it seems now more people are waking up. The other thing I noticed is a lot of people are being placed in situations where they are situations that they find themselves in life are making them face. Oh, Kevin. Hi, KFH. Brandon wants to know what led you to spirituality overall, Iman. Was it merely lockdowns as a whole? I've been a spiritual human being from a very, very young age. Remember Enigma? Do you remember Enigma, the group? Sorry, Brandon, I wasn't seeing your KFH. You're very kind to give a super chat so that I can read. See, this is the kind of person Kevin is. What a lovely human being. He donated a super chat so that I can see it because I wasn't seeing Brandon. Brandon loves the movies comments. You see, Brielle, you need to go marry Kevin. What was I saying? Oh, I was a very spiritual human being. I used to get really drawn, even at a young age in Saudi Arabia, to cathedrals, to music that has a spiritual element, not religious. Not religious, don't get me wrong. A spiritual element. Music by Enigma, music by Enya. Who else? Choir, choir, choir music where they would hit all these notes. I was always attracted to it, and I always had a somewhat open third eye. I just never understood it and never trusted it. I also always was able to read subtle energy, but again, I never understood what it was. When the mask mandates came, and everybody started laughing at me, and I started going hysterical over the mask mandates, I lost hope. And the image that I had about Canada and the people that surrounded me, uh, it broke, it shattered in my face. And that led my ego. Spiritual awakening is essentially an egoic death. That's what a spiritual awakening is. At the same time, I met my twin flame. And I know a lot of people don't know what a twin flame is and laugh and don't think it's true. But I can tell you, 100%, I met my twin flame. He was an asshole. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. He's a very unconscious human being. Let's put it that way. A very unconscious human being who used me. Used me, used me, used me. And I recognized him to be my twin flame. And I began to, when you meet your twin flame, you get activated. You literally, it's like a switch that turns on inside of you. And that's when I went through my spontaneous Kundalini awakening. And you're more than welcome to go look that up. So a lot of things happened and came together on top of the pandemic, on top of me seeing through the lies, on top of the lockdowns and the forced masking. And that actually takes me to my second point, which I was going to talk about. I escaped an entire society and an entire country and an entire religion to avoid, I was running away from being forced to cover my face, and I was running away from the radical society, the extreme. Oh, Kevin. Kevin, thank you, honey. So you don't want to marry me anymore? No, no, I will. We're all going to marry you, Kevin. Everybody. Yes, yes. Yes, honey. You convert to Islam and you can marry 4 women. You can marry me. You can marry Brielle. We'll have a big fun. Okay, Kevin? Thank you, honey, for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you, Kevin. But yeah, I was saying that the universe has put a lot of us in situations that we can't get out of. There's literally no more. There's not another place to run to anymore. I can't run away again because I don't want to cover my face and because I don't want to live in an extremist society. I've already done it once. Look at where I am. 70 to 80% of the people around me are wearing a mask and probably passing judgment on me because I don't wear one. And I live in an extremist society. They're not out there, chopping your head off or jailing you yet. But it's an extremist society. I have engaged with radicals here on multiple scale. I've had a crazy woman who's gay. The most radicalized, you guys are not going to like this, but the most radicalized right now that I see are the LGBT folk. And these gender people, these gender fluid and the gender pronouns, and there's a cult out there. There's multiple cults. There's a COVID cult. There's the LGBT, whatever they've become now. Black Lives Matter cult, diversity cults. All these people, they've been extremely, extremely radicalized by the messaging that has been coming out from the government. I'm not telling you they're evil human beings. They're not. They're probably fine. But you trigger them and they will begin. They will begin the attacks on you in the form of yelling, in the form of lashing out, in the form of going apeshit on you in public. I was literally at McDonald's 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's when it began to happen. I was at McDonald's just getting a burger, and a guy lost his shit out. I kid you not, I did nothing to this man. Absolutely nothing to this man. Came out of his vehicle and backed up. It was just insanity what happened to me. He had a woman with him. He started verbally attacking me. Then he got into his car and started harassing me with his vehicle, blocking my vehicle from exiting. Till this day, I can't tell you why he did any of this. I have no clue why he did any of this. But that scenario kept happening to me where people would just attack me in public for stupid stuff. Things that going out without a mask or something that I would say. There was one woman, I said to her, "Thank you, dear." Thank you, dear. She said to me, "I'm not your dear." I'm like, wow, okay, you're not my dear. That's fine. But this is what happens. People are being triggered now, and I'm not going to tell you it's not safe where I'm at, but I also understand that I emit a lot of light, and I know this sounds very, very egoic, or like I'm tooting my own horn, but it's the truth. I emit a lot of light, and people can't take it. People can't take it. And the part of the light that I emit is in the way I look. I trigger people with my looks. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that doesn't happen, because it does. I trigger men by my looks. I trigger women by my looks. Women literally hate me because of the way I look, and shame me. So I can't run away from that anymore. I've reached a point in my life where I'm done running. If you want to run, I'm not going to tell you you're a coward or bad on you. I'm just telling you you're running away from yourself. You're running away from your shadow aspect. You're running away from a wound that will eventually appear at some point later down the road in your life once again. And you, at some point, you're going to have to face this wound. You're going to have to face this fear. You're going to have to tackle it. You're going to have to do your shadow work. Do it now. Do it now, because right now is the opportunity that many, many, many of us are being handed. We're being handed this opportunity by the universe. Here you go. You live in an extremist society where you are being forced to cover your face. Deal with it. That's the way I see it. I'm not going to run away. I'm done. I'm done. When I finish resolving all my traumas and heal all my wounds, things will open up for me. I believe this. What? There has to be a base reason. Are they all ignorant? Do they disagree with you? Do you feel you have bad luck in your area or something? No, I'm a person who stands my ground, and I don't open the door for people. I don't behave the way people behave here. I mean, I'll open the door if it's an old man with a cane. But I'm not going to hold the door open for a young man or a young woman. I don't do that, and that triggers them. That triggers them. The other thing that happens is it's just people get triggered. There are societal things that are accepted here that I don't do because I don't want to do them. I just don't want to. It's not my job to open the door for anyone. It's not. I'm not here to be a bellboy for anyone. That's been a big problem here. I've had a woman yell at me, because she opened the door and I did not. I said thank you quietly to her and she didn't hear me. She started yelling at me because she didn't hear me when I said thank you. When somebody opens the door for me, I do say thank you, but I don't over exaggerate anything about it. I say thank you. That's what I do. So she didn't hear me, and she got triggered enough that she started yelling at me in the building that we are in. And I looked at her, and all I said to her was, "You are filled with hate." And she immediately walked away. Immediately. She was standing there ripping me a new a-hole because she didn't hear me say thank you. And the minute I told her you are filled with hatred, she walked away. You know why? Because that was the truth. And she could not deal with it. She ran away. I see. Yeah. I've always thought you look great. Stay strong, Keith. Good manners court, though. Oh, I have good manners. I have good manners. I have very good manners, but I do stand my ground. I don't change who I am for other people, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I don't go out yelling at people. That's not good manners. If I open the door for someone and they don't say thank you to me, I don't yell at them. I just don't open the door for people anymore. Yeah, that's it. Unless, like I said, it's an older person, someone who truly needs assistance or help. It's interesting. A few years ago I had surgery, and the surgery that I had was like just a couple of days, and then I left. And when I left, I just walked out of the hospital, and the surgery that I had was around my stomach area, and I couldn't really bend over the wound. They put staples in the wound, and but anyway, I walked out and I was standing waiting for my ride, and an older woman dropped something on the floor, and she looked at me and she said, "Could you get that for me, dear?" And as difficult as it was for me, I went down and I got it for her. But let me tell you, I was not happy with myself. I was not happy with myself because I felt excruciating pain. And that was a judgment. That was a judgment from every which way. She judged me because I was young and I looked healthy. And she asked me to do something for her because she judged me. And I probably should not have done what I did, because till this day, it's funny, I just hate that I did that. I hate that I stepped on myself for someone, and I put myself in pain for someone else. I don't know why. Because they expect something from me. They wanted something from me because they judged me. I don't know if the message that I'm saying is coming through, but don't do something that someone else expects of you. Don't. Listen to your internal guidance. Always listen. And it has nothing to do with manners. It really does not. I'm a kind human being. I'm a compassionate human being. I emit positive vibration in a place that is probably very, very low vibration. Very, very low. So I end up triggering a lot of people. It comes off in very, very different ways. But I would not call people like myself that we are not mannered or that we are not well mannered. We are constantly being judged, and we are constantly misunderstood. Yeah. So that's what I wanted. What? Loves the movies? Yes, always stay super positive. I'm always positive. I wasn't before. I wasn't before, but now I am. I am. Be yourself and never be a faux fake. But this is it. This fakeness. There's a level of fakeness in society. They smile at you, but then they go behind your back and they backstab you. I always say I would rather don't smile at me. Show me. Show me how you really feel about me. That I respect. I respect that. But to smile and engage in pleasantries with someone and then go behind their back and gossip about them or backstab them, you're perpetuating karma. It's just karma. It's awful. Like it's one of the worst things that I've seen here in Canada, I have to say, especially in the area that I'm in. This fakeness. This fakeness as they stab you in the back 5 minutes after. You know? I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't. Yeah. If I don't like you, you will not see me. I won't be around you. because I can't lie. I can't act. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. It's not who I am. Nor do I want to go in your face and fight with you. That's not something that I'm willing to do. I leave you alone. And hopefully you and I will never cross paths. That's what I do. Yeah. Humans are usually very good at seeing below the filters to see what is real. I hope you're right. Roger! I hope you're right. Um, but yeah, but these are qualities of authentic human beings, and in a fake society, it's not appreciated at all. It's just not. And like I said, the area that I'm in is they've reached a level of political correctness that I deem right now to be dangerous. The level of political correctness that we've reached. But what else? What other changes have we seen? Yeah, many of us are realizing now. If you can leave, good on you. There was a lot of people that I saw in the beginning of the pandemic. A lot of people who are connected, a lot of people who have homes outside of Canada, a lot of people who are more on the rich aspect. Were able to leave. They saw the warning signs. They picked up and left. They took their kids, their families, and they moved over to Florida. I believe Viva Frey, that lawyer, is one of them. More power to you. But in the end, like I said, been there, done that. I escaped an entire society and I escaped an entire country. The way I see it, there's nowhere left to run. There's nowhere left to run. I'm not telling you something bad is going to happen to Florida or whatever, the country that they left, but they are running away from something that eventually will catch up with them. If not in this lifetime, in another. We're not here to run away from our issues. This pandemic is actually quite the blessing, I have to say. It's been quite the blessing for people, for a lot of people, because we've been able to take the time to work and heal ourselves. Heal ourselves. I once had a friend, Nevada, very nice guy. Yeah. What else? What are the other changes? Oh, yes, yes, yes. How many in here are able to see when someone is lying to you? Or when someone is trying to deceive you? Or pull a fast one over you? Or is being not authentic with you? How many in here are able to see it more clearly now since before the pandemic? I can tell you I fit into that group. And it is a blessing. It has narrowed my circle of people to down to nothing. Because I can see now. Don't get me wrong, I do have friends that I appreciate. I don't expect everyone to be 100% authentic and honest with me. But I do see people when they are being inauthentic, and I know better now than to get myself into situations that before. Oh, Brielle, I can always tell. Good on you, Brielle. That is a gift. That is a gift. KFH, you've been through a difficult life, E-Man, that most North Americans will never really understand. No, they won't. They won't. And I used to come on here and cry and yell and try to prove myself and play the victim. The victimhood, right? Victimhood. But no one stood for me. No one stood for me, including, people who promised to stand for me, to stand with me, and to support me. And now that I find myself in a lawsuit, I find myself standing alone. So I'm very thankful for the community that I have come out with from COVID. People like Brielle, people like Kevin, Brandon loves the movies, Roger, everyone that comes on here and shares their thoughts and their vibration, their frequency, and listen to me rant endlessly about this, that, and the other. I'm grateful. Very, very grateful to you. Oh, wow, we've been on here for almost 50 minutes. Me and my European friends just playing get. Well, as the world continues to get triggered, now I realize that going into 2023, there's going to be a lot of changes happening. But there's no guarantee that what is already playing out on the world stage right now is not going to continue to play out and worsen. It absolutely will. Uh, by nature or life experience are different, but the destination is the same. Yeah, yeah. The world events, I believe, are going to continue to worsen on a global scale because a lot more people need to wake up. A lot more people need to wake up. The people that are on autopilot, the people that are, very unconscious. No, don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of people that will never wake up. But they need more. They need more than the pandemic. They need more than the lockdowns. They need more than the face masks. They need more than the authoritarian doctors. They need more than the corrupt politicians. They need to see more in order to wake up. So, yes, 2023 will bring on more pretty much horrific global events. But, like I said, we are designed, and a lot of spiritual folk that I follow say this, we're designed to stand in the middle of the storm and not be affected by it. That's why I say work on your triggers, heal your wounds, work on your shadows, and stop running away. Stop running away. Where you are is perfect. Where you are is exactly where you need to be. So that is my little chit chat that I wanted to discuss with you guys today, and to see what. Hi, TC Burton. Hi, honey. Hi, welcome to the chat. They need to turn off. They can't. They can't. TV for a lot of people, especially people who are very privileged and have known nothing but freedom and safety. The TV has become a soap opera. The news is like a saga. It's a fantasy that they're following, and they've believed it. They've believed. Oh, KFH, off topic. But has anyone here ever seen a UFO? Have you, Kevin? Oh my God, Kevin, we need to have a discussion about this. Kevin, maybe I should do a live stream with you, bring you on as a guest. Some of the ladies that I follow for spirituality talk about UFOs. I've met people who swear that they've seen UFOs. I don't know. I've not seen one yet. I've not seen one. I'm not going to tell you I don't believe in them. I believe in a lot of things that I haven't seen. But that's amazing, Kevin. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear what you experienced. Maybe share it in the chat. I'd love to hear it. It seems to me like you should do your own YouTube channel, Kevin. Seems like you have a lot to say, hun. A lot of experience, but yeah, some of the spiritual folk that I follow interact with UFOs. They go meditate and do camps outside and in area, but they live in areas where you can see, like areas that have, high visibility. The area that I'm in, you can't see anything. Where am I gonna go and to see a UFO? But I am open-minded. I've always been open-minded. I don't laugh at people who claim that they've seen a UFO or they believe in UFOs. I don't. There's a very famous physician, doctor, I forget his name. He's got a few series on Netflix and whatnot about UFOs. And he's been heavily censored and suppressed by the government, the United States government. I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but he's also very spiritual. He meditates and all that. And he's got like a little UFO person, pictures of it, and like he's gone into facilities, high secret facilities with the military. He's got tapes. He's got all kinds of stuff. And like, yeah, find him. What is his name? I follow him on YouTube. Alan something? Does anyone know who I'm talking about? You would make, Roger, you would make a great cave woman. I still have fantasies. Honey, I'm already a cave woman. Look at this. This is insanity. I haven't had a haircut since COVID, since the pandemic hit. I don't know. I'm trying to. I should do a fundraiser for my hair, just to get a haircut. It's gonna cost me like $500 to get this cut and styled and blow dried and all that stuff. That's another fundraiser. Let's finish this one first. Share, like, and subscribe. I got a fundraiser going on. Bill Cooper? Bill Cooper? Who's that? No, this guy's alive. This guy's alive. Something. What is his name? Oh, gosh. I'll try to find his name. Oh, yes, yes. Do you guys want me to do a live stream on Sunday? Christmas evening? Tell me yes or no before we wrap up and finish up. I'm thinking of like being all festive and getting a Christmas hat and doing a live stream on Christmas evening, Sunday evening, if you guys want. Your hair is luxurious. You can have it. You can have my hair. Yes. Yes, Brielle can tell you about this hair. It's something else, man. Brielle, Elizabeth, don't cut it. Then I'll be the only one. I'm not going to go cut it. Nobody knows how to cut my hair here. I need to go to Egypt. I need to go to Masr. I need to go to Masr to get a haircut. Oh, I miss Egypt. I'm running out of money, man. Kevin. Okay, honey. Stop donating. Stop giving super chats. Thank you, Kevin, honey. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I love you guys. You guys are so much fun. So let me know under this video. We're wrapping up. I'm going to finish up here and close. Where is the applause? No, not bicycle. What's this one? Is that the one that's like magic? Is that it? Yeah. But let's wrap up, guys. Thank you for the super chats. Kevin, did anybody else give super chats? Let's make sure I don't miss anybody. Oh, Kevin, it is. Thank you, Kevin. I'm grateful to you. Thank you for the super chats. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Tell your friends about the brown woman who's being sued in Canada because she spoke, you know, whatever. She thought that there was some freedom of speech. That doesn't exist in Canada. TV sound effect. Okay, good. That's the one I like. All right, guys. Thank you for being here with me. If you want me to do a live stream on Sunday, comment underneath this video and I'll read the comment and I'll come on here on Sunday, Christmas evening, and I will do a live stream and we'll celebrate together and we'll drink some eggnog together. Okay, guys? I love you. Thank you. Thank you.